Hello, how are you doing? I cannot wait to get into the official studio albums of Tom Waits. I've been looking forward to talk to you about these for so long, and I finally finished typing out the lyrics on my typewriter and doing a reading of each song, and now it's for the record review, which I'm so excited about. I absolutely love this record. I think people underestimate his debut so much, but there are so many hidden gems in here. Um, so yeah, I'm just off the back of listening to it. I highly recommend that you do too. I hadn't for a long old time, and it's always amazing to go back to. So if you're like me and you hadn't heard it in a while, then I urge you to please go listen. It's absolutely amazing. Um, so going track by track, of course, we start with What an Opener. Old 55, one of his all-time classics. The first track of his career. Absolutely amazing. The piano comes in and it's just that iconic, gorgeous motif with that beautiful melody. I know the Eagles made this famous, but in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure in thinking that in many people's opinions, this demolishes the cover. um, I've got nothing against the Eagles, but this is where it's at. And of course, we get introduced to a major theme of Tom's entire career, and this record especially, of kind of highway driving, likely inspired by his Jack Kerouac influences, with On the Road as well, which I really need to read again soon. Such a good book. And obviously Jack was a big influence of Tom's, so I don't think it was a conscious decision to write this many songs about roads and cars and things, but it's a natural influence. It's going to happen, when you've got these idols that you not aspire to, just admire. But yeah, great song, great song. And then we move into another classic. So many people who maybe don't love Tom Waits but know of him, they always say that they love this song. I Hope That I Don't Fall in Love with You. Instant classic again. It's just amazing how his skill at songwriting is already so established at this, literally the first step of his career. It's absolutely insane to have these talents at kind of the peak of your career. I think anyone would take, I know I would, to be producing these masterpieces on your debut. What a legend, what an absolute legend. The melody on this song is gorgeous. The lyrics are amazing. The story and the way he sings it is just perfect. With a very simple kind of guitar accompaniment in the background, it reminds me of Bob Dylan, who was obviously another big influence of Tom's, as he was everyone's, during this time pretty much. It was impossible not to be influenced by Bob, and justifiably so, in my belief. I think it's one of those that could be boring if it wasn't done as well as it is, but because it's Tom and he just nails every damn thing he attempts, it's just an amazing, amazing song, absolutely iconic. Then we move into Virginia Avenue, which lyrically isn't as on form as the opening two, but the opening two tracks are so Tom at his best that it's impossible not to go down eventually a bit. But this is not a bad song by any means. The melody again is really memorable in my opinion, with some sleazy guitar and that classic kind of closing time muted trumpet sound, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we go into Old Shoes, which is another good song, but it is one of the lesser ones on this record, in my opinion. It's got a great melody, but I feel like it's just quite average for Tom. It gets lost in the extremely high highs of this record. Do you see what I mean? Like, I feel like if any other artist released it, or if it just wasn't on this record and it was just released as a single, then it would be a great standalone song. Um, but I think what's hindering it is that I don't know if it reminds you, but it kind of reminds me of Old 55 with the style of the backing vocals. And because Old 55 is such an iconic classic, this one does get swept under slightly and overshadowed by the opener. But still, as I said, good song, and Tom's lowest of lows are still very, very good. So I don't think any of these are you can call bad songs really, or I can't, because all his music is just way too special to me. Then we move on to Midnight Lullaby, which I think shows off Tom's range in singing styles, even at this age. It's unlike any of the tracks that we've heard so far. Again, it's got that really effective kind of minimal use this time of that muted trumpet sound, and a gorgeous piano outro that after Tom just singing you this gorgeous, song, and that piano outro just hammers home the atmosphere, and oh, it's just perfect. Then again, more incredible songs. Martha, this is the epitome of what you're missing out on if you decide not to listen to Waits' early stuff. It's just, it's him at his peak. It's a fantastic story, fantastic delivery. It's just perfect. I've listened to it so many times, and I just find it impossible to stop caring about the characters and the story that he tells. The way he tells it, it's just chef's kiss. Gorgeous, gorgeous song. Then again, Rosie, another classic. It's at this point you just realise this is an incredible debut record. Just any record as a whole. The fact that it's a debut is miraculous, to be honest. It's kind of another one of those songs that traditionally it might be boring on the surface because it's just about unrequited love. We've heard it all before, but it's the delivery and the level of songwriting and that gorgeous, gorgeous melody with those amazing high notes that Tom hits. It just hits you, and even if you don't want to care about it, you just can't help but care and get invested in it. Because his skill as a songwriter is just to draw you in. Yeah, beautiful song. And then you go on to Lonely, which is, I think, for me, one of the most memorable tracks on this record, because I think the production is really noticeable, and the sound is gorgeous, and it's unlike any other track on the record. It's just a beautifully simple creation that, again, wouldn't work with a lesser songwriter, but because of the emotion and the soul, and again, the production, I have to credit the production, it sounds amazing. And again, Tom's singing is beautiful on this. Then a big shift in tone, we go into Ice Cream Man, which, I love Ice Cream Man. The wit is on another level. The lyrics are just genius. The metaphors are so funny. I just can't help myself but crack a smile every time I hear this. The piano intro and outro is gorgeous, and the rest of the instrumentation is fittingly quirky and just lively and upbeat, and it just really hammers home the range that Tom has as a songwriter. Yeah, great song, great song. Then a slight dip in quality, believe it or not, with, in my opinion, Little Trip to Heaven. Is probably my least favourite on the record, but still, again, a gorgeous song. It's just because Tom sets this such high standard. Occasionally these good songs are gonna feel like the worst on the record. But yeah, lyrically, I don't think it's that inventive, to be honest. It's kind of unoriginal. But Tom sings it beautifully, and there's a gorgeous trumpet solo in the kind of bridge. Again, with that closing time muted sound, it just really exemplifies the sound of this record. It's a gorgeous solo. Then Grapefruit Moon, the penultimate song. Again, it's a good song by itself, but I feel like within the incredible standard of this record, it gets slightly lost with this, again, repeated idea of lost love, and the soundscape is kind of similar to what we've heard before of just piano and strings, nothing really new musically, but still wonderful singing from Tom. Even on the worst songs of his career, you can absolutely bet your bottom dollar that Tom is going to sing the hell out of it and put his everything into it, and you can really tell. And the melody is one of the things I have to praise about this. I really do enjoy that part of this song as well. Yeah, beautiful tune. And then we close off All My Days with the title track, Closing Time, this 4-minute instrumental. What can you say about this tune? It's one of my favourite instrumentals, of Tom's career, and subsequently, because it's Tom Waits, one of my favourite instrumentals of all time. Because if I've got a favourite song of Tom, you can be sure that it's going to be in my list of all-time favourite songs. What a gorgeous tune this is, man. Oh my god. Everyone in this ensemble is just pouring their heart and soul into this piece, man. Everyone is so tight. You can just tell that they're on the same page musically. That they're all kind of working towards the same overall outcome. No one's trying to outdo the other person. It's just all collectively collaborating to create this one whole creation. It's just beautiful, beautiful music. I wish it would go on forever. I could live in this tune forever. The writing is beautiful. The main theme is gorgeous. The way it develops is amazing. The performance is stunning. Every one of these musicians deserves all the credit that they get, because if any one of them played any lesser, it would not be as good as it is. But because every one of them just absolutely nailed this, that's what makes it brilliant. It's the perfect closer and title track for the record. If that track alone doesn't get you to listen to this whole record, then nothing will. So again, I urge you to put this on the turntable. Just, you will not regret it. It's absolutely gorgeous of a late night. Just listen. I hope you can tell how passionate I am about this record. I absolutely love it. I hope you do too. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to talking to you about the next record, The Heart of Saturday Night. Again, another classic. Other than that, I hope you're doing very well, and you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.